Today we will learn about the structure of atom. You have learned in the previous classes about the atom. Atom is the smallest unit of an element. In biology, you have learned like cell is our basic structural and functional unit of our life. Similarly, if we talk about an element, so here the smallest unit of an element is atom. So today we will discuss about the structure of atom. So what is the learning outcomes? Learning outcomes is the learner able to recognize structure of atom. So here some questions that arises in our mind. What is an atom made up of? And what makes the atom of one element is different from the atoms of another element. The first question, what is an atom? I already told atom is the smallest unit of an element. We talk about of any element whether they are present in the solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. And any element, it is the smallest unit. So, is it possible the atom is the smallest unit of an element, but here we will learn about is it possible the subatomic particles present inside the atoms? Yes, there are some subatomic particles that present inside the atom that make the structure of atom. So there are the three subatomic particles like electrons, protons and neutrons. So electrons are negatively charged particles. Is it possible a charged particle in nature? Yes. So we can prove that the particles are charged. You have learned in the 8th standard the particles can be charged by conduction, by induction and rubbing. So to prove that the particles can be charged, we perform an activity. Here I have taken some small bits of the paper and I will take a comb. When we rub the comb in a dry hairs, what will happen? I think you have performed this activity in the 8th standard. You can see the bits of the paper attracted towards the comb. This activity proved that the particles are charged by rubbing. When we rub this comb into the dry hairs, the comb gets some charges, and when we take this comb near the paper bits, it attracted towards the comb. You can see clearly. That means the paper bits automatically charge against the comb. Means two types of the charges, some like charges, some unlike charges. Unlike charges always attract each other. So we can see here paper bits attracted towards the comb. So it proves that these are the unlike charges because they are attracted each other. So electrons also are negatively charged particles. Definitely if the negatively charged particles, there should be a positively charged particle. So another particles is proton. Protons are positively charged particles. What is the structure about the protons and protons? What is the structure of the atom? We see the structure of atom. There in the center it is called nucleus. In the nucleus, neutrons and protons are available. Protons are positively charged where the electrons are negatively charged. So it neutralizes the sphere. The electrons revolve around the nucleus. In the nucleus, neutrons and protons are available. But around the nucleus, there are the energy cells, or we can say energy labels or cells. Here the electrons revolve around the nucleus. So number of electrons are different in the different types of atom. So here the question, what makes the atom of one element different from the atom of another element? So it makes a different number of electrons, and number of electrons is always equals to the number of protons. If we take the example carbon 6. So carbon 6 means the 6 electrons are available in the carbon atoms. So the number of protons also 6. So number of electrons equals to that number of protons. So here are the two questions that I have given the answer. What is an atom made up of? So atom made up of 3 subatomic particles, electrons, protons and neutrons. In the center of the nucleus, neutrons and protons are available. Around the nucleus there are the energy cells, electrons are available and number of electrons are different in the different types of element. Thank you.